Everyone, and welcome back to this daily cryptocurrency video. In today's video I will be covering XRP and EOS as well as Bitcoin towards the end, because he is the king, he is the leader, as you guys can see. XRP currently up 12% in the past 24 hours, being traded at 1.63 and a market cap of $74 billion. We got EOS currently traded under $9 with a market cap of $8.5 billion. So let's have a look and dive in straight into the EOS BTC trade chart. So this is a chart actually that a lot of people aren't paying attention and if you guys saw, and you guys have been here since the last bear market or in the last bull market against Bitcoin, you would realize that this would have been a beautiful buy, because look at this, guys. It meets exactly with our support and we stopped exactly right in that area. So can we see EOS fly all the way back here to our to our local resistance or even higher? We have three areas essentially and three targets that I would like EOS to go to. Okay, and the last one would, again, this is the Bitcoin chart. The last one would be essentially $113 approximately. So let's see what happens. First of all, we are seeing a breakout right now, so that means we're probably going to see a 220% gain all the way to 52,000 satoshis. Now against the EOS USDT trade kind of looks ugly, but I'm gonna cover that in just a second. This is the weekly chart on the macro time frame. So guys, we are seeing a breakout now. I think we're gonna probably run all the way here, and if it does increase to to 53,000 satoshis, that would be a 220% gain approximately, maybe a little bit more. If that happens, we would see EOS sitting at $25, okay, even more. So that is insane. That is crazy. Now that's only assuming if Bitcoin stays. So that would be my first TP, okay? Guys, never be greedy. My second take profit would be around this area right here. This would be our second resistance. As you guys can see, we had a nice little ugly head and shoulders right here actually, and came back down. Okay, so if you guys need to pay attention to the EOS BTC, because it is one of the most important charts, or any pairs traded against Bitcoin is very important, and you're gonna find a lot of tools and a lot of details in these small little charts, and a lot of people aren't paying attention. Okay, so this would be approximately 111,000 satoshis. So if we would bring this all the way up, it would be approximately a 568% gain, and of course if we bring it all the way up, it would be a 1,300% gain. So that would be 13x all the way from down here. So in my opinion, EOS still has a lot of room to grow. 113 would mean that EOS would be $100 billion market cap, which is fairly high, although it's not impossible, or although it is probable. I don't know if it it's not possible, but I don't know if it's probable. I don't know if it will happen. But these two targets are definitely doable. 500% and 250% for EOS. Take profit 1 and take profit 2 is very, very possible, guys. Let's dive into the EOS USDT chart real quick. On the daily time frame, we just saw the weekly time frame. So on the daily time frame, we did break a key resistance right here. We saw a nice fair and square rejection, as you guys can see. But every time we usually get rejected, or sorry, every time we break out of a resistance, we usually come back and retest. Whether it's an inverse head and shoulder, whatever it is, we're gonna come back, retest, and pop back up. So I wouldn't be so worried right now, unless you're trading with leverage, of course, and you over leverage your position. Then it would be a different story. We're also on a broadening wedge right here, as you guys can see. So this is actually expanding pretty nicely. Look at this. Look at this broadening wedge right here. It's like a megaphone. They call this a megaphone, and we are just increasing. And in my opinion, we're gonna break out of here, and once we break out of this region, we're gonna full on go parabolic. Let's have a look at we're gonna full on go parabolic once we break out of there. Let's have a look at the exponential moving average. Very, very strong, the exponential moving average, as you guys can see. Strong momentum to the upside. Look at that beautiful, beautiful momentum. Very, very nice. Very nice to see that. Anyways, let's move on into XRP on the 4-hour time frame. Sorry, on the 4-hour time frame. Let's take out these ribbons real quick. So on XRP, guys, first of all, we were in two channels. Okay, this was the channel that we broke down, as you guys can see right here. We were in the first channel, and we were like in here for quite some time, and we actually essentially broke out of there. That was a nice clean breakout. Now we're actually in another channel, but to the uptrend. So can we see XRP actually come back to that trend line, essentially, to make a nice little bounce off here before going up further, essentially? So we saw two bounces right here, and another, we got rejected by the resistance trend line. Now, can we come back here before actually exiting the trend line? And it would actually come back to our local, not our local highs, but our local resistance right here, which was April 19th, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was April 13th to April 19th. And this would be a key area to look at. So in my opinion, if we do break out, what's going to happen? We're probably going to come back, retest, and then bounce back up. That is my prediction for XRP. Now let's have a look at the XRP BTC chart. This is also a beautiful chart that a lot of people aren't looking at. Let's have a look on the weekly, because weekly, this is macro. We want to look at the longer time frame, not the shorter time frame, unless you're a trader. Okay, so guys, we have a lot of room to grow over here. A lot of room to grow. Look at that. This was a dump, of course, and against Bitcoin. If you guys have seen, you guys would have known to buy XRP against Bitcoin, and of course you probably would have been up massively, 540% if you bought that line. You see, guys, a lot of people were panicking and they thought XRP was going to zero. Well, guess what? Look at that. Support, boom, support. Okay, obviously you're not gonna, you can't wait for it to come down to the line and predict your exact perfect entry, because guess what, guys, there's no such thing as a perfect entry. Trading is like an art, and guess what, most artists aren't perfect. They usually make a mess when they do art. Okay, and to other people it looks ugly, but guess what, trading is ugly too. Look at these, look at this chart. It's ugly, but this is how it is. Anyways, let's have a look. Let's see what XRP can do. I think that if we break this resistance right here, we're gonna make a swing and we're gonna fly up to I believe that's 10,000 satoshis. If that happens, guys, that would be approximately a 300 whipping percent gain. That is very, very possible in my opinion. I would probably take profit around this area because we do have some resistance around this area right here. As you guys can see, we had two peaks right here and in the middle. So I'm assuming the the VPVR volume profile would be around that area. Let's have a look at the fixed range. I could be wrong, of course. No, it is right here. Sorry, guys, that was my mistake. Yeah, okay, so we are actually sitting right here. Oh, I'm looking. Okay, I'm going way back to 2014. Didn't even realize that. Yeah, so anyways, the volume profile does change, guys, as you can see. If I would bring it from here to here, you see, it would be around this area, and I went all the way back. Anyways, that being said, this is the volume profile point of control of XRP, and we are actually above it, which is a very good sign. And if we manage to close a couple candles above it, that's going to be a straight candle to the moon, in my opinion, 300% from there. XRP $4 or $5 is something a lot of people have been talking about. I spoke about $3-4 for quite some time. So let's have a look what happens. Even $5. Boom. If you guys see that, if it goes to $5 approximately, that would be 208% gain against $1. So it's very doable. What I just saw, what we just said on the Bitcoin chart, essentially, it's very doable, and I think it's very possible for for us to see XRP at these region. Anyways, that being said, guys, let's have a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the king, he is the leader, and he will lead most of the market. As you guys can see right here, Bitcoin is currently down it's currently down 1%. That being said, the whole market will be taking a hit. So the market is a little bit shaky. Most of it is red. We got about 50 to 60% of the market is red. So let's dive into Bitcoin real quick and see what's up. So this is Bitcoin right here, Bitcoin USDT, as you guys know. We are also doing and creating a nice little upwards channel, as you guys can see. So on the 4-hour chart, the trend is your friend until it bends. Of course, I won't be taking any shorts until Bitcoin breaks this area. So guys, please don't take any shorts yet. Also, guys, I will be here during the bear market, and I will be taking trades. So basically, in a bear market, you want to look for essentially a short, and a long market, you want to look for longs. Anyways, we had this inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin. It was a failed breakout, but now if you zoom in real quick right here, if we zoom in closer, we're actually forming another inverse head and shoulder right here. So the inverse head and shoulder on the macro time frame, on the bigger time frame, failed. It was a failed breakout, and now we are actually creating another inverse head and shoulder. So if we were to do that, let's have a look at our target. If this is accurate, if we were to do that, let's say this is the neckline and we break out approximately right here, then that being said, sorry guys, that being said, our target for Bitcoin would approximately be 64,000, and 64,000 is approximately here, and it meets up with our local right here resistance, our recent all-time high resistance essentially. So it's actually pretty interesting that this pattern meets up exactly with that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Bitcoin does. It's actually a little bit lower. It's approximately around right here, which meets around this region right here and right here. So we have two all-time highs, peaks, and if we break that, in my opinion, we're probably going to hit 70K and above. My peak for Bitcoin is probably going to be around 150K, 180,000. After that, that's all, guys. This is not financial advice, and only for educational purpose only. Once we peak at 180,000, I believe we're going to correct very, very hard back to back to this region right here, in my opinion. Because look, we are building very, very, sorry guys, this looks ugly. We are building very, very strong resistance on the on the longer time frame. Look at that. We've been consolidating here for quite some time. This is the weekly time frame. This is beautiful, guys, by the way. For those of you guys who bought it like 10,000, 20,000, this is beautiful, because I doubt that Bitcoin is I don't want to say it's ever going to come below that, but but I doubt that it's going to be just tough to break this area, in my opinion. Look at that. We do have some this was resistance, and we do have some support. So this is a cross support resistance right here. So this line right here is it's pretty strong, in my opinion, and I don't want to say I doubt we break it, but if we break to the upside, I doubt we're ever gonna come back down, but below 60,000. If we break like to 180,000, let's say, I really doubt we're gonna it's gonna be very difficult for the bears to come below 60,000 or even 48,000. 48,000, I don't think we ever go below if we break all-time highs and we just have an all-time boom. So that being said, guys, this consolidation is good. Be patient. Rewards will come. Don't compare this to the 2017 run, because look what happened in 2017. As you guys can see right here, this was a 2017. Let me zoom in. We saw absolutely no consolidation right here. It was weak. We saw a couple of weeks of consolidation or even nothing, and we just saw ugly candles one after the other on a weekly time frame. So right now we are actually consolidating fairly nice and square, beautiful. Look at this. We are consolidating like so nicely right now, and honestly, the more we consolidate and then we break to the upside, the better it will be. So in my opinion, I would like to see a couple more weeks of consolidation, altcoins pumping, and then Bitcoin going for one last leg to the moon, essentially. Anyways, guys, this is my daily Bitcoin cryptocurrency video. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.